January 2026. While the world watches Trump threaten tariffs over Greenland, something far more lucrative is happening in the shadows. Wall Street insiders are quietly positioning themselves to profit from the biggest mineral land grab in modern history, and they don't want you to know about it. Here's what they're hiding. Critical Metals Corp stock has surged 116% since the start of 2026. The company's third-largest investor is Cantor Fitzgerald, the brokerage firm run by Howard Lutnick before he became Trump's Commerce Secretary. You're being sold a story about national security and breaking China's monopoly. But the real story? Tech investors who back the Magnificent Seven are already invested in Greenland mining companies. They knew about this deal before you did. And they're getting rich while you watch the political theater. Subscribe right now, because what I'm about to expose shows you how the game is really played. The lie. They're selling you. Trump says we need Greenland for national security, to break China's rare earth monopoly, to secure minerals for AI, defense, and electric vehicles. Greenland holds 36 to 42 million metric tons of rare earth oxides, potentially the world's second-largest reserve after China. China controls 97% of heavy rare earth supply. These minerals are essential for everything from fighter jets to smartphones. Sounds strategic, right? Here's what they're not telling you. The truth. It's completely uneconomical. Experts are calling Greenland mining completely bonkers and absurd. Why? Greenland's rare earth ore grades are less than 1%, compared to 10% in viable mines elsewhere. Mining in the Arctic costs 5 to 10 times more than anywhere else on Earth. Anthony Marchese, who testified before Congress, said, "If you're going to go to Greenland for its minerals, you're talking billions upon billions just to build basic infrastructure. Even under optimistic assumptions, production would take at least a decade. Full construction for the Tanbreez mine isn't expected until spring 2027, with completion in late 2028. So if it's uneconomical, why are Wall Street firms piling in? How Wall Street profits from hype? Here's the con. Wall Street doesn't care if Greenland mines ever produce a single pound of rare earths. They're making money on the stock price spike from Trump's rhetoric. Critical Metals stock jumped 62% in a single day in October when Reuters reported the U.S. was considering buying a stake. CEO Tony Sage confirmed tech investors backing the Magnificent Seven are now shareholders. Follow the timeline. Late 2024. Tanbreez Mining sold to New York-based Critical Metals for $5 million cash and $211 million in stock, significantly lower than Chinese offers. The CEO confirmed U.S. officials pressured them not to sell to Beijing-linked buyers. Critical Metals' third-largest investor? Cantor Fitzgerald, run by Howard Lutnick. February 2026. Lutnick confirmed as Commerce Secretary. January 2026. Critical Metals stock up 116%. See the pattern. Government pressure forces a company to sell cheap to American investors. Those investors include the firm run by the guy who becomes Commerce Secretary. Then Trump's Greenland obsession sends the stock soaring. That's not national security. That's insider trading with extra steps. The China angle they're not telling you. Here's the kicker. Even if Greenland mining works, it doesn't solve the China problem. China has a near monopoly on rare earth processing. You can dig up rare earths anywhere, but you need to process them to make them useful, and China controls that entire supply chain. Critical Metals CEO Tony Sage claims within 3 years they'll reduce China's heavy rare earth supply from 97% to 50%. Industry experts call that fantasy. Tracy Hughes, founder of the Critical Minerals Institute, said, "Getting rare earths from exploration to the mighty magnet involves 5 to 6 distinct stages, and right now, what's in Greenland is still only in the exploration stage. China will still control processing even if we mine in Greenland. We're just moving rocks around while Wall Street cashes out on the hype." The cost, nobody's talking about. Congressional testimony referenced hundreds of billions of dollars to acquire and support Greenland. That includes replacing Denmark's $600 million annual subsidy building, ports, roads, power grids, currently non-existent, providing healthcare and social services Greenlanders expect. And for what? The global rare earth market is projected to reach only $7.6 billion in 2026. We're spending hundreds of billions to potentially access a $7.6 billion market. That's not business. That's looting the treasury to enrich connected insiders. The real winners. Let's be clear about who profits. Critical metals and shareholders, including Magnificent Seven tech investors, Cantor Fitzgerald, Commerce Secretary Lutnick's firm, U.S. Export-Import Bank lending $120 million to critical metals, defense contractors who'll build Greenland infrastructure, Wall Street firms trading on volatility. Who loses? American taxpayers, funding hundreds of billions, Greenlanders, 85% oppose becoming American, Denmark, watching NATO ally threaten them. You, watching stock prices you can't access soar on insider information. Closing. The game is rigged. Trump's Greenland obsession isn't about rare earths or national security. It's about creating enough geopolitical chaos to justify massive government spending that flows to connected Wall Street firms. One mining CEO literally said he's ignoring the political stuff and going 100 miles an hour because he knows the hype is worth billions regardless of whether mines ever open. This is how it works. Create geopolitical crisis, tariff threats, acquisition talk. Government pressures assets to sell cheap to insiders. Insiders position themselves before announcements. Stock prices explode on political rhetoric. Retail investors buy at the top. Insiders cash out. Wall Street doesn't want you asking why a Commerce Secretary's former firm is the third largest investor in a company benefiting from his boss is foreign policy. They do not want you calculating that we're spending hundreds of billions for a $7.6 billion market. They don't want you noticing that tech investors got in before Trump's announcement sent stocks soaring 116%. But now you know. Subscribe for more financial truth the establishment doesn't want exposed. Share with anyone who still thinks Greenland is about national security. Comment below. Is this the biggest financial scam of 2026 or just business as usual in Washington? The game is rigged. The question is, are you going to keep playing by their rules?